Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back with Actrollvision's weekly time trial event. It's week number 3 and we're at Daytona Oval driving the Chevy Indy car. So for this setup, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to Indy setup, so what I did was went onto the time trial leaderboard, took the top times setup, did a lap with it very quickly, didn't push it too hard. I just wanted to get myself in the top 10, I think we placed 9th. And then I'm going to go through what he did with the setup. His name was CCW, I think, or CBW, something like that, off the PC leaderboard. Very fast guy. I think we could have got pretty much matched his time if we would have carried on doing it for a bit longer, but I just wanted to get this video out and have a little description of the setup that he's used and go through some of the changes to the setup that he's made and obviously why he's made them changes. Okay, so we'll go through a very quick run through the lap. I found that you really want to stay as close to the left hand side as possible to make the distance as short as possible. I did want to initially go wide and come down and try and maintain more speed, but it just didn't seem to work on this game. I don't know whether it's just that's my style that wouldn't work and whether this is the correct style for over racing. Not 100% sure, but the fastest way seems to be staying as far to the left as you can. As the Ghost, that's what the Ghost was doing when I was racing it. The guy CCW was staying as close to his left. You see, I'm pretty much hugging that inside left line all the way around the track. Not really running out to the wall on the right hand side, just staying nice and close to the left hand side. Just be careful not to run too close to it because it will kick you out and it will lose the back end slightly and lose speed. So you want to stay as close to the left hand side as possible. No lifting at all on this lap. It's flat out all the way around and it's actually quite fun. You're going to keep having to keep chipping away at the lap and pushing them thousandths of a second off the time. So we're going through the setup. You're going to see a lot of difference between the right hand side and the left hand side. This is because obviously the oval is cambered, so it's banked up, so you have different settings because the right hand side is going to take a lot more of the force of the lap, so you're running higher tyre pressures on that right hand side to cope with them faster, going through them corners really fast. That's how he's run it. Obviously he's run minimum downforce all the way through because he just wants maximum speed throughout his setup. And obviously 0% on the brakes. You're not going to be using your brakes at all for this. And obviously with it being a time trial setup, you're going to be running 0% on the vents also. Looking at the suspension settings, again, your right hand side is very much different to your left hand side because obviously the camber needs to be a lot different for an oval track. You're running on a camber and you're only going one way round on a left hand corner. So you run a total different camber setting on that right hand side. That's obviously to give yourself to stop the car obviously losing the rear end, and you know you're going to be going really fast around these banked corners and you need to keep as much contact with the obviously the track as possible. That's why you have a way different setting on the right hand side to the left hand side. Obviously if it was a different anti-clockwise a clockwise oval, you'd be doing it the opposite way round, so it'd be the left hand side different to the right hand side, so just bear that in mind when you're doing your setups. You don't want to be running a setup where you would for a normal racetrack because it just won't work on an oval. The car will be so unstable, it will just not be drivable. You can see the toe angles, he's gone to basically 0-0 because the setup is just purely for maximum speed. There's no real corners that you're going to be needing to brake for and carry speed through with traction. It's just about just getting top speed and keeping the speed through the corners. One change that I would probably consider doing to the setup, which I think would make it slightly faster, is on the preload. I would consider lowering it down. On the preload, the guy had it at 150, I think it was. I'm going to see now, yeah, 150. I would actually consider lowering that down to maybe 120 to 100, just to try and see if it will keep more speed through the corners. You might find that it goes a little bit loose, but you might find a sweet spot around 120 to 130 maybe on the preload, just to get a bit more speed through the corners. You might even want to up the power ramp as well on the power. The coast shouldn't really make much difference. You may actually want to go lower on the coast because if you're not really going to be lifting, so it won't make much difference. But in terms of power ramp, I would go maybe up to 50. Try that as a setting. Not much else I'd change because setup seemed very good, which I use from the guy on the time trial leaderboard. And I'll leave you guys with a quick replay of that lap again, running full out, and then we'll be back next week for another time trial setup. Thanks again for watching.